Hi, hello all. Welcome back to Sarah Makes. I'm Sarah, and today I'm going to be talking about my fall and winter knitting plans, except for they're not like fall or winter themed. My goal for the rest of the year for the next 2 seasons is to de-stash for the most part. So I am going to be using this video to kind of outline a lot of the projects I would like to start and finish before I am allowed, or before I will be allowing myself to like make a big yarn purchase. As we all know, yarn can get expensive, especially like good quality yarn. And over the past few years that I've been knitting and crocheting, I have spent a lot of money on yarn. So I've come to a point where I think I just need to work through all of the yarn that I have for them as much as I can, right? Before I make impulse purchases with yarn. So I have been on kind of a yarn buying ban, kind of just like me trying to control myself when it comes to the impulse purchases that I'm making. I'm trying to make little treats, little, like actually very little, like a coffee every once in a while, because I make coffee at home most of the time, but like a nice coffee at a coffee shop every once in a while where I can go and like work for a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to make my impulse purchases smaller. So this yarn buying ban has been going on for a little while for me now. And it will continue for the most part until I am done working through what I have to show you here today. I am planning on going to SoCal Fiber Fair in November. I went last year and it was really awesome. And I am planning on... My cats are being mischievous. I have been wanting to knit a sweater number 19 for quite a long time. So if I do go to Fiber Fair and find a sweater's quantity of the like right weight of yarn that I would need to knit a sweater 19 in the color that I have been imagining in my head for a while, then I'll be purchasing that. If I don't find that, then I probably will purchase some roving and hopefully a drop spindle, fingers crossed. Last year there weren't any drop spindles at Fiber Fair, so we'll see. We are in Southern California, so like I don't think spinning is a huge hobby out here, but I would love to see a drop spindle because I would love to learn to spin. So I have like 2 things that I'm possibly looking for going into Fiber Fair, and hopefully I will be able to purchase one or the other. Knowing myself, I'm probably going to come home with more than that, but I am planning on purchasing at least those 2 things. And then after that, I won't be allowing myself to like buy yarn on the internet or anything like that until I'm done working through all of these projects that I'm gonna be showing you. Okay, so I have this little travel bag is full of sock scraps and other things. I've been working through my sock scraps. I recently finished a pair of socks that used, no, not that. I finished a ball of sock scraps in the middle of the second sock of the pair that I was making, and then finished it with this. It's self-striping. The other yarn that I was using was self-striping in like a yellow and blue and like beige colorway. This is more blue, green, yellow self-striping colors, but it's like periwinkle, actually. You can see that. This ball will actually probably go to, a lot of the time I use my sock scraps as like cords to rest stitches on when I want to like try something on, or I just want to take something off needles. I'll use my sock scraps because I don't have those like fancy like tube things. So I've used this little gray ball of scraps, and then I have this green ball, which probably would be like a third of a sock for me. But in the summer, my cousins, or actually the spring, I would say, my cousins were graduating from high school, so I decided to make them both a pair of socks in, oh, I don't need that, in their new school colors. So one of them was going to a school where this like bright yellow was a color, and then another one where like a foresty green is their school color. So I am planning on using these and this. I'm using black as the main color for this sock, but I want to do, I've never made a sock with like a contrast toe and heel, and then the pattern I'm using has 3 stripes on the leg, so I have this much left of the black that I used for one of the socks for my cousins, and I want to make a pair for their mom, my aunt, because she is the one who gave me, I actually have some of the scraps. She gave me this yarn, as well as my 52 Weeks of Socks book, which I really do want to start using. I had been talking about like wanting to learn to knit socks for a little while. So as like a birthday present, she gave me yarn, the 52 Weeks of Socks book, and sock blockers as well. So after giving both of her daughters a pair of socks for, you know, going to college, I wanted to make her a pair of socks that would represent both of them. So I'm going to use the green for the toe, yellow for the heel, and then green and yellow stripes. On the leg, with black as the main color, because black will kind of just go with all of it. And hopefully, I mean, this is the first sock. I have been kind of slow knitting it. For some reason, it is just not doing it for me like a sock normally would. A lot of previously, especially because I've been making like just vanilla socks or everyday socks, I would get through them kind of quickly, but for some reason this just is not doing it for me. I think I need a bigger knitting project that I can procrastinate with a sock, and it'll feel like better somehow. I'm not exactly sure, but those are my sock knitting plans. I all of these scraps are from the first, like, I made a pair with this, a pair with this, a pair with this, and then a pair with this, and then I made a striped pair with both of these. So I've made like 5, 6-ish pairs of socks for myself. So these are basically all of those scraps from that. Maybe I can just combine them into like a random scrappy sock. But I'm not sure it would work too well. Just because the colors are kind of random together, but we'll see. These are my sock scraps. I'm definitely going to be using this as like to hold stitches just because it's the smallest ball. Like what am I really gonna do with that, to be honest? So those are my sock stash busting plans. I think that once I'm done with these, that's actually not all of my plans. I think once I'm done with the black and green and yellow pair, I will have enough yellow left over because this is quite a lot of yarn. I think I'll have enough of the yellow left over to make a pair from 52 weeks of socks. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Because I really do want to start knitting socks from that book. So that's actually all of my sock knitting plans. Moving on, I'll show you this stash thing actually. It's here. My aunt also gave me this. It's basically full of projects that I kind of wanted to hide away from myself, and that's why I want to go in here and like grab stuff to knit from instead of buying yarn and casting on projects when I have so much in here that like should be finished, right? So there are a few items in here that genuinely just need like a couple of finishing details and then they're fine. I made this pair of shorts this summer, which I think are so cute. They're crocheted and they're crocheted with cotton, so they are stretchy, and I've never tried this before, but I want to get elastic thread and just thread the elastic through the waistband so that they will stay up on my hips. Them being stretchy throughout like the leg of the short doesn't really bother me too much, but if they're gonna like fall off my body, they're not wearable, right? So these really just need an elasticity in the waistband. I am also going to use the elastic for this, which is basically just a black tube top that I obviously need to weave in ends for. But I think it's also cotton. So it definitely needs just like elastic in the top and bottom edges so that I can wear it as a tube top. But I also think I want a duplicate stitch dump hem on it because I just think that would be cute. And then yeah, that would be a cute little top to wear. Like I said, a lot of these projects are not going to be like winter garments. I live in California, as I said before, so a lot of my making is for like clothes I'm going to feel comfortable in hot weather because most of the time the weather is hot. Last thing that just needs like finishing touches is this. It is a vest that I made with Noro. It's a Thelma vest by Le Paul. I need to put buttons on it. That's why all of those stitch markers are there. And then somehow when I was binding off at the bottom, I dropped a stitch. So I need to just fix that here so that it doesn't get any worse. I have no idea how I dropped a stitch, especially because I think this was the very end. Like, maybe I just got lazy and didn't notice. Regardless, though, I would like to fix the drop stitch, and then I thought I was gonna have to go and, like, buy buttons from the store, but I found a stash of buttons in a sewing kit that was left in my house either by my grandmother or her mother, my great-grandmother. So I'm gonna go through those buttons and see exactly what I like, but like, is this not? I made it in Noro Kakigori. I forget the color name, but very cute, very nice, right? So yeah, that just needs buttons and the drop stitch to be fixed, and then it's golden. Those are all of the things I believe that just need a little bit of fixing, and then they're completely done. I can check them off of my list. I have a few things in here that I kind of have plans for, and then things that I don't have plans for, and then things that I want to frog that I have plans for, and then things that I want to frog that I don't have plans for, if that makes any sense. So I have this. It's gonna be a laptop case. My backpack that I normally take with me is just a little bit too small for the laptop that I had to buy in order to start editing YouTube videos, because the laptop that I had did not have like the mental capacity for it, I guess. I'm not really a computer person. I'm not trying to learn. But yeah, I had to buy it. It is a used laptop, but I had to buy, it's new to me. So I had to get a new to me laptop to start editing YouTube videos, but it's like huge. And I want to be able to take it places. So in order to do that, I would like to have something to protect it, because I'm not trying to take my nice new laptop out in public, especially because I'm so clumsy. I would drop it. So I'm just trying to like have something to protect it. I was working steadily on this, and then I ran out of the purple in this. I have a little bit of the blue left. And then, yeah, I just need to go buy another skein of the purple that I was using. And then once I finish the blue, I think I'm just gonna completely finish it with the purple. But it's about like 2/3 of the way as long as the like width of my laptop. So I didn't want to just continue with the blue and then continue with the purple when I've been going so steadily on these alternating rows of purple and teal. Yeah, I really just need to go get the yarn and finish. So yeah, that's my laptop case. Next I have, okay, so I made this vest last year for my sister who loves Taylor Swift. I'm not personally a big Taylor Swift fan, but to each their own. My sister wanted something inspired by, I don't know which album it was, but it's my sister's favorite Taylor Swift album, where she's wearing like a gray jacket with like a red yellow plaid on it. So I made this for them to wear to their Eras tour stop. The thing is, I had never done anything color work before. So these like horizontal columns are stranded color work, obviously. So are these, but in between where I was knitting with the gray, I just carried floats and then cut them and tied them off, which is like totally beginner move, whatever. However, since then I have finished an intarsia sweater, so I think I'm gonna have to, I just want to remake it better for them because they have worn this sweater, I mean, other times than just the Eras tour, but I just want to make my sister a better more high, like a higher quality vest than this. So I do have leftovers from the original version of this. I have a whole hank of the gray, as well as this, which was wound. And then like all of that. So should be enough to make a second vest. If not, I'm gonna have to figure something out. My phone storage got full in the middle of that clip, so obviously my phone stopped recording. However, I'm back. Okay. I think we're done talking about I forget which Taylor Swift album this is. During the LA yarn crawl, I went to Buku Yarns, which is basically my local yarn store, and I bought a kit. So this is what it came with. It's a kit that you can make either a hipster hat or fingerless mittens. It includes all the yarn. You have to buy the pattern. I am gonna be making a hipster hat. So it came with, I just keep it in that bag because I want these yarns to stay together. Cascade Heritage in Sage. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm actually gonna face the camera again. Cascade Heritage in Sage. And then Barocco Ariel in Pine. Beautiful yarn. And then this is a big reason I bought this kit. Make it tweed, babe. So a green rainbow tweed hipster hat. It's gonna be gorgeous. They had like samples on like mannequin heads at the store, and I just thought they were wonderful, so I bought the kit. I think this is gonna be the first full like project I cast on from this box of things, but I'm really excited. I made a ribbed hat before. I've only made one beanie, and it's not like my favorite color, and it's a little bit too big, so I'm really excited to tackle this hipster hat. Yes, okay. Next. We'll talk about this. This was an impulse purchase. I bought 4 balls of this JoJo Land Melody. I'm not exactly sure what the colorway is called. I can tell you it's number MS49. But it's a very nice, like, blue, purpley kind of, the word is not coming to mind right now. It kind of will ombre into it does kind of like ombre between the colors that it is, but it's like it goes from like this very nice blue to like this purpley not violet. I feel like it starts with an I. The color name that I'm thinking about. Whatever. It is 100% superwash wool. I think I want to make a Claire vest by mochiknits. I've been imagining this yarn as a vest for a little while. I do want the vest to be something that I can wear like a t-shirt under, because I am sensitive to wool. And this, even though it's superwash, is still too itchy for me. So this hopefully will be enough. I have about 800 meters here. This yarn has 50 grams, 220 yards, 200 meters. So it's like a fingering weight. And yeah, I'm excited to maybe make this into a vest. There's not really much else I could do with it, I don't think, because I do only have these 4 balls. So, you know, it is what it is, but hopefully I'll be able to make something out of this soon, something nice. Layering piece. Okay, a while ago, made boring knit biker shorts. I bought 2 boring knit patterns and they're going out of sale, or going out of business sale. I bought the biker shorts and I bought the A-line dress. The biker shorts is the only pattern that I have yet to make from the boring knit like patterns that I have. The first version of boring knit shorts that I made was in this. This was the wrong yarn choice. It is 60% cotton, 40% modal. So very stretchy, very drapey. Not good for biker shorts, which are meant to be tight and stay tight. So I have this, and then obviously I've frogged these shorts. I have this. I think this is the last. Yes. So I have quite a lot of this yarn. I, for a while, have been wanting to make some lapel patterns, so maybe I'd have enough here to make the mesh pants. I know I really have been wanting to make a lime skirt. I definitely, I think, have enough yarn here for the lime skirt, but I think I'm gonna have a lot left over after that. So, seeing as I think I bought like 8 balls of these, so I have 400, yeah, that'd be right, 400 grams of this, give or take. And there's 110 yards in every 50 grams. So I do have a lot. I have a lot of this. And I think it would make a nice pair of like meshy pants to wear during the summer. I just decided I think that's what I'm gonna do with this. And then Next, I have this bag of linen yarn. I bought this at SoCal Fiber Fair last year from this very sweet Japanese lady, Dando Designs. I bought this, it's a kit, so it came with all the yarn I needed to make a pattern that she had designed. I did start knitting that pattern. It's like a meshy kind of cardigan thing. I don't like knitting this stitch. Whatever it is, I have not been enjoying working it. So I am gonna frog this panel that I made. And I think this yarn is 100% linen. I think I'm gonna make the lime skirt with this. And then if I have left over, maybe like a nice little top, like a matching set kind of thing would be cute, possibly. This is the first time I've ever worked with linen, so I'm still kind of getting the feel for it. It is said to be a DK. It doesn't really feel DK to me, but linen is different, like, than wool or cotton or anything like that. So that's this bag. You know what, I should have done this right after. I have a second attempt at Boring Knit biker shorts in yarn that is 50% cotton, 50% wool from Knit Picks in this very nice kind of beigey, brown, tan color. I lost yarn chicken like bad. So I think I'm gonna frog. I might, you know what? I think my plan is going to be to put a lifeline somewhere in here and then make this like middle part shorter. I'm going to keep them shorts. I always want to call it like the inseam, but it's like the rise here in the middle. I want to make it shorter so that they sit a bit lower on my hips instead of like at my true waist. And then just make the shorts a little shorter in the leg. Basically do the same, like use the same pattern or whatever, like use the same like increase width. There's like that much between rows of increases. And just have like a nice pair of kind of knit shorts, like lounge shorts basically, but a little bit shorter than the biker shorts from Boring Knit are meant to be. I have loved, I mean, the Boring Knit biker shorts pattern came out when biker shorts were like very in, so obviously I'm late to that, and styles, trends have, you know, come and gone. I would one day like to fully knit a pair of these Boring Knit biker shorts because I just think they would be really comfortable and cute. And I could say that I made them myself. But it's just not going to happen with this yarn because I bought 2 skeins of it thinking that I could figure something out. I was wrong. I needed 4 basically to make to finish these shorts. But I am going to frog, then just make them shorter in the rise and shorter in the leg. And they should be great. Okay. I have a whole bunch of this cotton. It's like hobby cotton, ombre kind of stuff. I tried to use it about a year ago to crochet a spider web, like a hoodie, long sleeve spider web hoodie. I do think I am going to use this panel as like Halloween decoration. But I'm going to frog this. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with the rest of this because not only this is so much yarn. And so I have the rest of this, and then I have more of just the black part because I used like half of one of these to make a top a long time ago, and I haven't finished that skein. So I really just like, this has been sitting in my stash for a very long time. I bought it without like really knowing exactly what I was gonna do with it, and so yeah, look at me, I'm frogging now. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna make with this at all. I have seen a lady on Instagram make like lace parasols, umbrellas. That might be cool. A couple of friends have sent me videos of people that like have crocheted umbrellas before. I'm not exactly sure how that would work, and I'm not great at like freehanding something like that, if that makes any sense. So I've had that idea for a while to like crochet an umbrella that I could like, you know, walk around like with a little parasol when it's really sunny or I'm at a music festival and it's hot. But maybe that could work out, maybe it won't. We shall see, but yeah, I'm gonna be trying to figure out what to do with this yarn for a little while, I think. I mean, I do think an umbrella is a good idea. How do you even find a pattern for a crochet umbrella? That's not a very like popular item that I think people would make patterns for, but regardless, maybe I can just make like a really huge tablecloth doily. That might be fun. Okay. But this will be Halloween decoration. The one Halloween decoration that I have. Okay. We're almost done. We're almost done with this basket, I should say. I'm actually going to talk about this first. Excuse me. When I bought the yarn for the first pair of shorts I showed you, the blue and white ones, I bought this yarn as well. It is Kelborn Woolens Mojave. It's a cotton and linen blend. I bought 2 skeins of it, so I have 100 grams, and I can't do mental math very well. I used about 2/3 of what I had to make this bandana top, but the yarn is too drapey stretchy, and just wearing it like this, I'd feel pretty much naked. I was thinking about maybe making straps, but I also think I'm gonna just frog and try to make a different kind of tank toppy situation with this. Because this would be a beautiful, beautiful, comfortable tank top, just not a strapless one, you know? I don't have like an exact pattern in mind. I might try to freehand something. We'll see. But for right now, it's just gonna be kind of this ball of discarded finished object that is not really a finished object because I'm not going to use it like this, you know? Okay. And then a big thing I'm gonna frog. I made a while ago. I made a Maid You series. I forget which one this is called because I have a couple of the Maid You patterns, but I made the dress. And I hate the way the skirt turned out. I never actually blocked it. I knit this in Noro Kakigori. And yeah, I never really blocked it or anything. And look, this is where I'm gonna frog from. I am gonna frog this dress. I think I'm gonna make the boring knit A-line dress. I've wanted a knit dress for a while. I think I'm gonna frog this and do a boring knit A-line dress. I bought 2 skeins of this kakigori a long time ago, and this was the first dress I ever knit because, like I said, I've wanted a knit dress for a while. This one just didn't work out the way that I thought it would. It's not exactly like a dress I would feel comfortable in. I like to wear dresses, but I am kind of specific about styles that I feel comfortable in. So this is just how it's gonna be. I'm like picking at it as I'm talking. A knit dress is in my future. It'll look basically like this. This is basically what the fabric's gonna look like. It's just gonna be in a different shape. Okay, and last thing from this basket, but not the least thing, maybe the least thing. When I started crocheting, I bought a ton of Trubu. Just because I liked the idea of bamboo yarn. And it's pretty and shiny and stuff like that. And I made this monstrosity of a sweater that is so ugly. It's insane. It's just 2 giant square panels, rectangle panels that I crocheted. I think the color is gorgeous. I love yellow like this, but it's gonna be something better one day. Yeah, I just have obviously so much of this. I'm gonna frog it. It's just, it's not salvageable as a wearable object right now. I love that it's just like cool, you know? Like, temperature-wise, the fabric it makes is generally very cooling for some reason. But it is like drapey and pretty that way. I've made a few things in this because I bought so much Trubu. Like I have this, I have all of this, I have this in the gray, and I probably have more in my closet. Like, I have so much of it, but this is going to become something very different. I'm not exactly sure. It's probably going to become a few things that are very different from this. Maybe I'll even have enough after I make like a top to make like a skirt too, or like shorts or some pants or something, but definitely not. It's not gonna stay as this rectangle thing that I thought it was gonna be. This is like the first finished thing that I ever finished, actually, so yay, but also boo, because it's ugly. Okay, and then last like scrap thing I have to talk about is this scrappy granny square blanket. My original idea was to make a scrap blanket out of all of the scraps from projects that I made in this year. It's not exactly how it's going to turn out, but this is scraps from a project I made and then gave to my friend. This is scraps from a different project. This is scraps from a finished object. This is scraps from a finished object. This is scraps from like 4 finished objects. It's not exactly blanket sized yet, but it's starting to get pretty big. And I have some ends to weave in, but I'll show you. I have these scraps from a vest, and then my mom's friend's mom, who I knew because I grew up going to church with these people, passed away, and in passing away, somehow my mom got all of her like yarn knitting stuff. So some of the scraps that I got like from her are in that blanket already. I'm gonna put this in. This came from her. This came from her. This is probably the next one I'm gonna finish, because for some reason I really like sitting down and working on that blanket until I finished one whole thing of something that I don't want. I don't have any plans for. It's not enough to make really anything at all. So I'm just gonna put it into a giant blanket. And this is all with my like kind of heavy DK light worsted, in that range of yarn weights. So I have this, then I have this, and then this ball of white is from a blanket that I made for my friend a long time ago and is just left over and has been sitting in my cabinet for a while. This is yarn I used to make something, but I hated using this yarn, so this is probably going to go into that blanket soon. And then I have, that's from just a box of yarn that I received from that lady, and that's the stuff that I know is going to go into that blanket. But I also have this, which probably more of it will be going into the blanket, like this much of this pink. I'm not exactly sure what else I would use it for. I have this. It's just acrylic. Basically all of this is acrylic. This, I think this is the same. A lighter green. This. Some red. This like fluffy white stuff. A little bit of black in the same. I think it's the same, but it doesn't have a label. This ball. This ball. I hate this yarn, so it's probably gonna go into that blanket. So I'm not exactly, I do think that I'm gonna use this acrylic stuff and make Aver P or Aver Paula on YouTube makes those, like, I think she calls them Scoodies, but I think they're really cute, and I know that I don't live in a place that's very cold, but I do want to possibly move to somewhere that like will actually have a winter and a fall, like all 4 seasons. And I think those are generally 3 colors. So maybe like this color scheme would be cute. Or I would do, I only have one of these, so I'm not sure if that would make a full Scoodie. So if it doesn't, I have like one and this much of the red, and then I would do the dark green. in the white and make like a Christmassy thing. But I do think I think it would be really cute to make one of those Scoodies. I think they're gorgeous, and I believe she's releasing a pattern for them soon, so yeah, that's really all I have for you guys today. I do want to say here and now that I have every intention of filming and like vlogging the process of working through all of these projects. So I hope that I am able to hold myself accountable to actually working through all of the projects in this basket. I think as a treat for finishing editing this video, I will allow myself to cast on the hipster hat. Because I really want to see how that's going to work up with the tweed and everything. Stay tuned to this channel to see how I go about actually finishing all of these little projects that I've talked about. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have stayed till the end, thank you. Thank you for listening to me just ramble about stuff I might make one day. And please feel free to like and comment and subscribe. I really hope that you guys enjoyed all of this. I don't have like a regular posting schedule because I'm just starting this YouTube thing, and I am learning how to balance like making YouTube videos, actually enjoying the process of knitting and making things, as well as trying to learn new things, like possibly learning to spin, definitely learning to sew. I have other sewing and like embroidery projects that I have not talked about in this video on purpose because I want those to be their own like series of things. But if you're a crafty person like me and you like to watch crafty YouTube videos, little vlog stuff like that, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, K. Anyways, I will talk to you all later. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.